Hello and welcome to our last episode of The Word for Kids. I'm Jamie and I'm guiding you through the books of Joshua, Judges, and Ruth in a series of 20 episodes. Last time we talked about Ruth. She went to glean barley from a field nearby, and when the owner of the field saw her, he came to talk to her. He knew that she had come with her mother-in-law, even though her husband had died. He told her to continue to come to his field to get barley, and that he would make sure she was safe. He also told his workers to leave some of the grain for her. At mealtime, she ate all she could eat and still had leftovers. After working all day, she took the grain and the leftovers to her mother-in-law. There, Naomi realized that it was Boaz's field, and he was their guardian redeemer. This brought joy and hope to Naomi, and that's where we left off last time. Are you ready for today's adventure? Let's go. Naomi told Ruth she would try to find a home for her and reminded her that Boaz was their relative. Naomi said, "Tonight he will be winnowing barley on the threshing floor." The process of winnowing is just blowing air through the grain to remove the chaff or husk from the grain. Naomi told Ruth to wash, put on perfume, and get dressed in her best clothes, and then go down to the threshing floor. She said, "When Boaz lies down, go and uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do." So Ruth did as Naomi told her and went to the threshing floor. Boaz laid down on the far end of the grain pile. Ruth approached quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. In the middle of the night, something startled Boaz, and he was quite surprised to find a woman laying at his feet. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am your servant Ruth," she said. "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are my guardian redeemer for my family." This was pretty much Ruth asking Boaz to marry her. Boaz said, "I will do all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character. But there is a guardian redeemer more closely related to you than I am." So later Boaz went to the town gate. When the other guardian redeemer came by, Boaz asked him to sit down. He took 10 of the elders of the town and said, "Sit here." He told him that Naomi was selling a piece of land that belonged to Elimelech. "I will redeem it," the guardian redeemer said. This just meant that he would pay for the field. But then Boaz went on to explain that with the land would come Ruth, whose husband had died. But the guardian redeemer changed his mind when he heard this. "I cannot redeem the land. It could endanger my own estate." Let's pause right there for today's word of the day.
Redeem. To rescue someone from hardship.
So when the guardian redeemer said that he couldn't redeem the land, this just meant that he did not want to have to take care of Ruth and any further children she may have. And he also told Boaz, "Buy it for yourself. I cannot redeem it." And he removed his sandal. Now, taking off your sandal and giving it to someone else at that time was similar to signing a contract now. It made a deal official. So Boaz said to the elders, "You are witnesses that I have bought all of the property of Elimelech and his sons Kilion and Mahlon. I have acquired Ruth, Mahlon's widow, as my wife, so that his name will not disappear from among his family or his hometown." And Boaz took Ruth as his wife. The Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. The women of the town said to Naomi, "Praise be to the Lord! He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you, and who is better to you than 7 sons, has given him birth." They named their son Obed, and that's where the book of Ruth ends. It's time for today's verse to remember. Today's verse is Psalm 105. "For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." One more time. "For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." Psalm 105. As we learned, Ruth and Boaz had a son named Obed. Obed became the father of Jesse, and Jesse became the father of David. You know, David, the shepherd boy and harpist who bravely faced and defeated the giant Goliath, David and Goliath. He later became King David, And guess what? It was from the line of David that God sent Jesus into the world. So think about it. Ruth's compassion and devotion for her mother-in-law led her to follow her to Bethlehem. Boaz's compassion and commitment as guardian redeemer led him to take Ruth as his wife. And their love together was the family line that led all the way to Jesus. What an amazing story of how God worked through a difficult situation. He used all of these things to bring about many miracles that changed history, even in difficult times that seem impossible and certainly like nothing good can come from them. God can work to bring about miracles. We may not even know of them within our own lifetime, but God is always working. When you are willing to go above and beyond, to show compassion, kindness, and dedication to the Lord and the people around you, you honor God, and you just may be changing our world for Him. That's all the time we have for this episode and this season of the Word for Kids. I can't wait to see you again next time as we dive into 1st and 2nd Samuel in a new season of the Word for Kids.